Welcome to episode 62 of Squib Kick Radio. We are back and in a quarantine. Yes, the entire world is on lockdown, but we're back for an episode. I'm here, of course, with Harry and Riley. How are we doing, boys?
Well, it's like day 3 of only going to work and coming home, so ran out of things to do today, really. Watched a lot of Family Feud and other game shows, and watched basically all of 22 Jump Street. That's a pretty good movie, but pretty bored without sports, but thank goodness for NFL free agency.
Yeah, you know, living the work-at-home life. It's not all it's cracked up to be. I only have so many pairs of sweatpants. My volleyball is starting to look really good. Yeah, that's good.
Nice. I'm also working from home. I had to consciously put a different shirt on today, which I didn't expect to do. So I did that. Yeah. All sports are canceled. Basically, everything's canceled except for Squib Kick Radio. So what's up? We are gonna be talking about free agency in the NFL because it is literally the only thing that's going on right now, and it's been absolute chaos the past 2 days. So. Yeah, let's go at it. We're going to be rusty. We haven't talked to you guys in 2 months, maybe 2-3 months. Yeah,
over a month and a half too, for sure. 3 months is stretching it.
You might have been close.
It's been a long time, but I feel like there's been so much to talk about that we can't possibly screw this up, right? Also, just before we get into this, like, did you guys think it'd be as cool as I did to, like, be at home and still get paid? But, like, literally day 3 right now, and I'm ready to, like, be back out and go to work and stuff. I am dying.
Yeah, no, it's literally not fun at all.
I don't know.
It's nice to see your coworkers. It's nice to not be home.
Yeah, like I need to be somewhere else besides in these 4 walls. Like,
you guys are being soft. You both have roommates. I live alone and am going through quarantine by myself.
And you're enjoying it, and we're not. That seems crazy to me. Hey, that might be a correlation.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I am crazy. I also am on business calls all day, so I mean, I am talking to the outside world. I make sure I step out on my balcony a couple times a day. Get some.
And you're actually working, though. That's like, I go to work still, but it's early mornings or 6 to midnight. So, like, literally all day, it's just trying to play vids or looking at sports stuff or watching game shows on TV that aren't very good, but pass the time.
Yeah, I'm working all day as well. And I just need that solid. I need that communication. I need the coworkers. I need that social aspect. Otherwise, yeah, things get weird.
Yeah, you're all about being part of a work team, hey?
Things are gonna get weird. Or weirder at the house as we go.
Yeah.
I brought my chair home and my monitor, so I mean, I'm pretty comfy. I'm in known territory. I get to make breakfast, which is pretty cool, instead of having to buy it. So that's a huge win.
Yeah, I've had crunchy peanut butter toast for like 3 days in a row now.
I also bought crunchy peanut butter before the quarantine.
I've always been a smooth peanut butter guy, but my roommate is a big crunchy peanut butter guy, and he's converted me like 1,000% for sure.
I don't know crunchy is
the way to go.
Yeah,
there's not a question about it. It's the extra protein and the crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm sold, boys. You don't got to sell me. I've been converted.
And when you're on quarantine, you need those extra pieces of peanut in your peanut butter to make sure you get by.
Oh, also, I have another one. Okay, so Max, my one roommate, is a psychopath and gets extra pulp orange juice.
Good God.
Can we, like...
What?
Are you guys extra pulp people?
Yeah,
no. See, you're crazy. No.
I know Eli's a pulp person. Ugh. So, Eli, you're not involved in this conversation any longer.
Why would you want floaties in your drink?
Have you ever had freshly squeezed orange juice?
No,
have you ever had freshly squeezed orange juice?
You're not getting freshly squeezed orange juice out of a jug you buy from Safeway.
And, like, freshly squeezed orange juice isn't extra pulp. I'm sorry. Like, I swear they find other oranges to murder and put more pulp in. If you squeeze orange juice, there isn't, like... It's, like, almost turns into a solid in the extra pulp orange juice. I'm okay with a little pulp. It's fine. But if you're going out and buying extra pulp orange juice, you're a psychopath.
What about some pulp?
Some pulp's fine. I'm okay with it.
No, I'm not buying some pulp though. If I'm going to the grocery store and I'm buying orange juice, pulp is not even a question in my head.
Me myself, I'm not buying pulped orange juice. I'm buying just straight orange juice. But I'm saying I'll give people that buy some pulp a pass. But if you're getting extra pulp, just eat an orange.
You guys need to take your juvenile taste buds and kick rocks.
It tastes the same. It's literally just drinking orange juice with too many floaties in it.
Yeah. Too far.
I don't know. Why don't you just stick to apple juice then?
I will, because I like it more anyway.
A couple smooth drinkers. Smooth drinkers is what we call you.
Yeah, so I don't want half a breakfast in my drinks that I drink.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
Once we hit day 45 of quarantine, that's going to change.
Yeah, maybe.
You're going to be coming to me, hey, Eli, can I have some of your pulped orange juice? I am 60 pounds soaking wet and need nutrition. And I'll be like, sorry, you don't like pulp.
I got protein powder that is 1,100 calories per drink. I'm good.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. Ruins my stomach, but makes me gain weight, and that's all a guy needs.
Nice. Okay, well...
Is it football talk time yet?
We should probably talk sports. Sports on 3, 1, 2, 3, sports. And we are into it. First off, we got to talk about the deal everyone's talking about. And no, it's not Tom Brady to the Buccaneers. I'm talking about DeAndre Hopkins to the Cardinals for David Johnson and a second-round pick. So, for those of you who can't remember because he never played, David Johnson was Harry's running back 1 in our preseason fantasy show. So, I just wanted to remind everyone who he was in case they forgot about him.
And just in case anyone forgot, because clearly their minds must be forgetful, David Johnson has a championship ring on his finger from my fantasy team. One more than Elias Powell himself.
Well, no one cares about your fantasy league. That's a typical saying.
David Johnson cares more. He's stoked. I talked to him.
I said that literally because I obviously commission our league, I honestly think this might be a vetoed trade in our league.
No. There's no way. I swear, once we turned it into a keeper league, vetoing kind of went out the door because how can you gauge draft picks anymore?
Yeah, but oh man, I don't know. I don't know if DeAndre Hopkins is arguably the greatest receiver in the NFL right now. Top 3 for sure. David Johnson, what was he like? Was he in the top 50 in running backs last year? I don't know.
Well, he's in a terrible system, so... But, yeah, he was, probably.
It's a terrible trade, in my opinion. But, I mean, you can't even get a second for him? Are you kidding me? Stephon Diggs gets a first. Mohamed Sanu got a second last year, and that's all you're getting for D-Hop is a running back that's been hurt all year, a second and swapping fourths.
Well, they got to be clearing some cap space. That would be the only logical explanation to what they're doing.
Yeah, but who have they picked up that today or in the courting period, the legal tampering period? Houston hasn't really made moves. I think it's a terrible trade, but good for Kyler Murray to pick up one of the greatest receivers in the league right now.
See, I think it's funny. I think the Cardinals, are just putting lipstick on a pig. They weren't good last year. They need O-line. Start putting some money into the foundation of your team. You have Fitz. Fitz has never dropped a ball in his life, and if he has, you're lying. But come on, give the kid, especially when Kyler is tiny, smaller than anyone on the field at all times, and supposed to be their franchise quarterback.
They're just going to draft an O-lineman, Harry.
An O-lineman. They need more than one singular O-lineman.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't fault them in that trade for getting him, though.
No, yeah. I think it was a good...
It's not like they gave up a lineman as well.
No, it's true. And they just got Drake back and had...
Yeah, they transition tagged him. So that's good.
And DJ had a relatively big contract for the output he put out last year.
Yeah.
So, like, that is a good trade for them and understandable, but come on. Like, you better be drafting some O-linemen in the draft.
Do you think Hopkins' value goes up or down?
Down.
I agree.
His career has plateaued.
Yeah, well, I mean, Deshaun Watson clearly so far a better quarterback than Kyler Murray. The only reason I asked that is because, who was it, Fuller in Houston?
Yeah.
Took some touches away from him, but I guess Fitz isn't a burner by any means. He's a possession receiver, and that's it right now.
Yeah.
But
Fitz plays the slot, and then they have Christian Kirk as their wideout too.
Yeah, I don't see D-Hop hitting that top 3 receiver projection this year.
Yeah.
I think no, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like Kingsbury's offense, like they're building around a fast-paced offense that stretches the field, and I think he's a pretty good fit, to be honest.
I think he's a good fit if they have a different quarterback. I'm still not sold on Kyler Murray personally, but we'll see. I guess. I mean, I'm sure Murray's gonna have better numbers this year with DeAndre Hopkins in his arsenal. That's for sure.
Yep. And he did win Rookie of the Year as well. So
somehow, I disagreed with that, but
completely disagree with that as well. Like it's a quarterback award, just like we talked about in a previous episode where I had to admit my wrong. Of what was it? MVP of the Super Bowl is always the quarterback. That was it.
Yeah.
Unfortunate times. But yeah, Kyler Murray. Moral of the story: Kyler Murray overrated.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nick Bosa and Josh Jacobs had better rookie seasons than him, but that's long past, so we'll see how he does in his sophomore season this upcoming year.
Yeah, we shall see.
Brady to the Bucks?
Yeah.
That's some big news.
I was shocked.
Well, you thought he was going to the Cowboys, so...
I was sold on the Cowboys, man.
I mean, they weren't far off because it's not like they signed Dak to some big extension. He's just franchise tagged. He's only got a 1-year deal on the franchise tag. So, I mean, if they could have got Brady, who knows if they would have went that route. But 20 years with the Pats for Tom Brady, and he goes to... Who is it? Bruce Arians, their head coach there?
Yeah, Bruce Arians.
And the Tampa Bay Bucks offense. He's got some really good receiver weapons there. I mean, I think Godwin's more of a stretch the field kind of guy. Evans is more of a stretch the field kind of guy. I think Godwin can really play any role that he's going to be given in this offense, so I think he could definitely be wide receiver 1 there this year. I think there's a chance that Melvin Gordon goes there too to fill out that offense.
Yeah, I read something, or a rumor about that as well. I don't think... we'll see.
I mean, Peyton Barber could really shoot up the running back rankings if he's going to stay as their starting running back because Tom Brady loves to give the ball to the running backs.
Agreed. I don't know. I saw something about Tom Brady. One of the big deciding factors was he wanted to be in the same time zone as his family. And I mean, as a 40-something-year-old dude, I totally can understand that.
Yeah.
And were they the only option available at that time?
I've also heard that he wants to bring Antonio Brown wherever he goes, if he gets past all his legal trouble. Like, him and Antonio Brown are, like, legit buds still. Like, they talk, like, multiple times a week. And he says he said that whatever team he wanted to go to, he would like to bring him along. So we'll see if that actually goes through.
That would be such a filthy receiving core. And good on Tom. And good on Tom. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy needs
help. That would be gross,
dude. Needs help. That would be insane.
Yeah. Like, let's make no mistake about it. Antonio Brown is a very good receiver. No matter how crazy he is, no matter what trouble he's going through, like, AB could come in and be a top 10 fantasy receiver this season.
In a second.
Yeah. But what do we think from Evans and Godwin? I think their fantasy stock goes down.
I'm not sure about Godwin yet. I think Evans will for sure because he really is like a stretch the field kind of guy. And if Tom Brady throws over 40 yards, I'd be quite surprised.
I think their stock goes up. I completely disagree. I think Tom Brady has a Randy Moss-esque type player with Evans, and he has an Edelman. He's always got a reliable receiver, and that's going to be Godwin. He's got Brait, good tight end. I don't know. I see him having very good weapons, similar to the system that he was in maybe like 2 years ago, or whenever they won the Super Bowl last.
But is he good enough anymore?
He is. Yeah, dude, he's a system quarterback, and he's a smart dude. He's going into the right system. He's not going to put himself in the wrong system. Otherwise, why would he even keep playing? Like, I think he's only playing for his legacy now. It doesn't seem to be the money. His wife makes bang.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be weird as hell seeing him in that Bucs uniform for the first time.
Yeah. Well, and Bruce Arians does like working with older quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's true. I think that Bruce Arians is a very good fit for him for leaving Belichick.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, Eli, you and I were discussing that the other night, and I didn't actually agree with you in the beginning, but then I started thinking about it more, and yeah, those Carson Palmer days, like,
yeah, man,
crazy.
In Zona there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, throwback to when David Johnson was a no-question stud.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Cardinals went to
Super Bowl? Yeah, so what do you think, roster right now, no adding Melvin Gordon, no adding Antonio Brown, how many wins do you think the Bucs could get with Tom Brady? Do you think they're a playoff team with him?
Yes.
9.
I don't think
they're a playoff team.
Man, they have a pretty good defense too.
I think they're on the fringe fighting for the wild card.
Yeah, I think they're a wild card fighter too. Like, you saw improvement from the Falcons. They went pretty good last year. The Saints will win the division again. Who knows what's going to happen with Teddy B and McCaffrey in Carolina? Like, that division's going to be tough. But I think Carolina comes in last, and then I think for second it's a dogfight between the Falcons and the Bucs next year.
I disagree with the Falcons coming in last. I think they're going to do way better this season.
The Panthers, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
The Panthers. There's no way. Like, they're finally not going to be coming into a season having to create an entire season plan for Cam Newton, and they can just accept reality that Cam's not going to be there and move forward, and I think it's going to be way better.
Yeah, well, I just don't know. I think that's going to be a tough division this year. I don't know if it's going to be, like, good tough, but, like, tough between those three teams. I think the Saints run out.
How did they finish last year?
Panthers
5-11, Bucks 7-9, Falcons 7-9, Saints 13-3.
Yeah, and I
NFC
could.
South.
I think the Falcons flip that. I think the Falcons flip that and go 9-7-ish this year, and I think the Bucks could be around there as well.
I think the Falcons are in big like do something mode right now. Like, if they miss the playoffs, that entire team is getting blown up, and they're going 100%. To rebuild. And they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything to improve their team.
Are they not?
I don't know.
Dante Fowler, baby, pass rush, elite pass rusher, picked up by the Falcons today.
Really quick, yeah, that's a good pass rusher. They should trade away Julio for stud draft picks. Yeah, Julio's only got a couple stud years left.
So does Matt Ryan. They're not going to rebuild around Matt Ryan.
Obviously,
with Matt Ryan and Julio here.
Rawls, please let me finish here.
I disagree already.
So you trade Julio and you get a stockpile of first and second round draft picks because Julio is worth it. Let Matt Ryan play another season this year without Julio. He's still got Calvin Ridley. If he's that good, he can figure it out. And then next year, when they inevitably end up in last place, you draft Trevor Lawrence first overall. And
I don't want Trevor Lawrence.
All of a sudden, boom, yes you do, and all of a sudden, boom, they're a good team again.
I think they give it one more shot this year, and that's a next year thing.
Yeah, if the Falcons don't make the playoffs this year, Matt Ryan's gone.
Well, I don't know if he's gone, but they're definitely drafting someone else.
Why not just accept that fact already? That he's not a stud, and he's not built for the modern day league anymore, and just take a season loss and get the best quarterback of the generation.
That's a stretch. Oof.
Yeah, not built for the that's league. Also a stretch. You've been throwing out this modern day league thing a lot on the podcast, Harry, and I don't buy it.
Yeah, Matt Ryan threw for 4,400 yards last year and 26 TDs.
Trevor Lawrence is the future.
He wasn't even very good this year.
Yeah, he didn't have a very good year, but still.
Yeah, well, we'll see who's laughing.
Well, we will.
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be a stud, but I don't think the Falcons are going to get him.
That's why I said they have to have a crappy season.
He'll go to like the Jets.
Do you doubt him being the first overall draft pick next year?
No.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I don't want him.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs to the Bills for a first, a fourth, a fifth, and a sixth. Huge move for the Bills.
Yeah, this is huge. I think the Bills they got one of the pieces they drastically needed on offense.
Diggs and Smokey Brown is going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And they got Singletary in the backfield. Josh Allen, I really
just
like
throwing
him.
Bombs.
Yeah, like this offense could be nasty, and they always seem to have a good defense.
Yeah, they have a very good defense.
I would make the Bills the front runner to win that division since Tom Brady left the Patriots.
I would agree.
Agreed.
I could see the Patriots missing the playoffs this year.
Me too. I mean, it all depends on who's their quarterback, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah. I can't wait to see Bills Mafia being the division leaders. That'll be amazing.
Yeah. That right now I think it's a lock almost. Like obviously it's not, but like if we were making it, I feel like 95% of competent NFL watchers would say the Bills should win that division.
Well, who's going to beat them? The Jets or the Dolphins?
No. I mean, the Dolphins are trying to make moves, but they're stupid anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, no faith.
But yeah, the Diggs move comes after. I think they were just waiting to get rid of him.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I think he clearly just wanted out.
Yeah, he saw that Cousins got a 2-year extension and instantly tweeted that he's like, it's time for a change or something. Like, he's not stoked on Cousins. Amari sticks with the boys.
Huge contract.
Yeah.
5-year, $100 million.
Yeah, and apparently the Redskins offered him like quite a bit more money, and he was like, nah. So that's a tough one for the Redskins.
And that shows you how smart Amari is and how the Raiders just made very poor decisions.
Yeah.
I love Amari.
Phillip Rivers to the Colts for 1 year. I like this one too. I think we all kind of mulled this a little bit, that this might be his landing spot before we went away for our off season.
Yep.
Yeah.
It seemed to make the most sense.
Yep, I agree. I don't mind it. I think it's a decent move. I still think Rivers is done. I think he'll retire after this year.
I think Rivers is done, but I also think that T.Y.'s value goes up a little bit as well with Rivers there as opposed to Brissett.
Yep. I think the Colts still miss playoffs, though.
I agree with you that T.Y.'s stock goes up, but I do think it was kind of a mistake. Again, I'm just kind of stuck on this point, like for the Colts to draft Phillip Rivers for a year. No one in their right mind believes the Colts are going to win the Super Bowl next year. So why just like negate or just like take everything away, and why not just suffer a season and get something good in return? Why go for
who do you like? Do you think they should trade someone or just suck this year with what they have?
I think they should just suck this year with what they have. If history has taught us nothing, they traded away Peyton Manning when they feared his neck injury, took a season of being brutal, and then got Andrew Luck in the draft. Like, they know what they're doing here. Why wouldn't they have done that again?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at least it's only a year.
Exactly. And they've been here before. Andrew Luck was the last quarterback of the generation. Maybe they go for this.
I think
Eli for the next quarterback of the generation.
You just have too much of a tank mentality. Like,
I think this just makes the
most sense.
This
is the second team we have tanking.
If you're not first, you're last.
This is the second team we have tanking. So you have now we have the Colts.
It would make more sense.
We have
but there's only one
tank. We would have the Jets tank. This would be
no. The Jets are fine. I never said the Jets tank.
Are the Patriots going to tank?
No, because that's not in Bill's mentality.
I mean, the Falcons. You said there's only one.
Bill's already found a quarterback in Montana that's gonna be better than Tom Brady.
There's only one Trevor Lawrence, Harry. So why would all those teams tank? No, like I don't think even if the Falcons traded Julio, I don't think they'd come in last.
I think Trevor Lawrence is just that good.
I don't.
And he's one of those guys you've been hearing about on SportsCenter. Connor McDavid was one of those guys you heard about on SportsCenter before.
Did you though? You heard about him in his freshman year, but last year he had a very subpar season for how good he was in his freshman year.
No, but that's not what it's about. It's just about how coachable and how smart you are. So how much you'll be able to learn once you're in the system, and the most important part, how much of a physical specimen you are at your position. And the modern day NFL is looking for Trevor Lawrence, end of story.
I would rather have Tua than Trevor Lawrence.
I don't know about that.
I was like, okay. Well, fair. Then that's fair. But they're the same style of quarterback with different physical statures. And I'm just going with what they'll be looking at and what they'll be grading him on in the draft stock and everything.
You guys are on a tangent. Harry, I don't want to hear Trevor Lawrence anymore because he's not even draft eligible until next year.
Every team would be better. Colts would be better. Falcons would be better. Teams that need a quarterback their quarterback is expiring, figure it out. You know?
Nah.
Anyway.
It's just tanking. You got to understand that it's not just about tanking. You have it's
a business.
What is it? A 52 man roster with guys that are buying in. Look at what happened in Miami.
No, dude, it's about
you think guys that are going to play for you if you have a tank mentality. You just say, don't worry about it this year, but next year
after they tanked and got Andrew Luck for however many seasons.
They didn't even tank, man. They were just bad. They didn't have a quarterback.
And they traded away Peyton Manning.
How many championships did Andrew Luck win?
That was their choice.
How many championships did Andrew Luck win?
But Andrew Luck is a super smart dude and got too many conkeys and realized that his future is way better out of the NFL. So fair enough. He made a good personal decision. But there's no way you can predict what personal decisions people are going to make. So you can't put that into draft stock.
You just can't have a roster of 52 people and then tank for one player because your players are going to leave.
No, not if they buy into the system.
They don't. That's not football.
Like you just said.
You think a head coach goes into the meeting room with a 52-man roster and says, you know what, boys? We're getting Trevor Lawrence next year. No. That locker room's going to walk out. And you as a head coach will probably lose your job. Well,
I'm not talking about any head coach, of course. A head coach has a job to do to keep the morale up of the team, but that's why you have a head coach. The head coach is not the owner and GM. He's not making those decisions.
Yeah, but look at what happened in Miami this year, Harry. You think
Miami's always bad. Would you ever want to go to Miami? No.
Yeah, but it was obvious they were tanking, dude, and they got called out on it, and they lost a lot of their players.
They're the worst. Well, Edmonton did pretty well. The Oilers did pretty well. And they kept
after 12 years.
Well, yeah, but their players stuck around until the Oilers decided to get rid of them. I mean, it's all sports management. Come on.
Well, NHL's a little different. You can't just go around asking for trades because owners and GMs in the NHL just say no. Look at Puljujärvi in Edmonton right now. He's playing in Finland because he wants a trade, and they're just like, nah, we're not trading you.
Yeah.
It's NFL and NHL are run completely differently. NFL players get what they want. NHL's a owner-run league.
Yeah.
NFL is a player-run league.
Yeah, and
well, we're gonna have to just agree to disagree here because
agreed.
I'm stuck on my point.
If you want a player, go trade and get him, Harry. You know, there's a totally opposite. If someone wants a player, put your best player on the line, give your best draft pick next year, and go get that first round pick.
If you have a chance to draft a franchise quarterback, you're not trading that pick.
We've seen that.
Franchise quarterbacks don't guarantee success. So if you trade away all the people around him to tank to get him, then what are you left with? A quarterback with nothing.
Yeah.
But you're not trading away everything. Like, literally, I said trade away one player.
Julio is everything.
But imagine what you get for him. Like, it's like a half Raiders scheme. The Raiders got a stupid amount for Amari and a stupid amount for Khalil.
Well, the Raiders got it first.
I'm not over that yet. Like, I mean, I'm still, as a fan, sore about their decision to, like, tank. But you gotta have excitement for the future because of that now. And, I mean, it could be a very good business decision.
Do you? What's the future of the Raiders?
I would say the Raiders have done nothing, dude. They lost. They had to relocate.
Are you serious, dude?
They have Josh Jacobs.
They just got Mariota, dude.
There you go.
The future is bright.
The guy who got replaced by Tannehill. Crazy. All right, we got to run through this list faster here.
Yeah.
Austin Hooper to the Browns for the most money in tight end history. That is such a Browns move.
Yeah, that is a Browns move.
Because Austin Hooper, he's good fantasy-wise, but he also had Matt Ryan dumping it off to him because Matt Ryan was about to get murdered every time he dropped back to pass. I don't think Baker makes Hooper look as good as Matty Ice did.
But is Baker going to be tossing the ball?
I don't know.
Or will it be Case Keenum?
Case Keenum, maybe. I mean, Baker's got to have a short leash, for sure. But I think that would also be the Brownsest move ever, to bench Baker Mayfield and bring Case Keenum in instead. Like, I would still give Baker a pretty decent size leash.
Baker's going to be starting. Yeah.
Yeah. But who knows? The Browns are terribly run, so... Yeah. Nick Foles traded to the Bears. See, that's a spot where I think this QB1 and Mitch Trubisky could get taken over.
Yeah, I agree. He's on a very short leash.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Trubisky's not good.
No, he's a dump-off quarterback. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I believed in him. I trusted him because he's a UNC guy. That's my squad. But last year, he was not good.
No, he's just not good.
Kyle Van Noy and Jordan Howard going to the Dolphins. I don't think Jordan Howard's has been officially signed yet, but all signs point to a 2-year deal there. So
I love that. I'm in love with that deal.
Jordan Howard
to the Dolphins. There's no better place for Howard than being off of the Eagles roster.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
the Eagles' starting running back is Miles Sanders and that Bart Scott guy, who is also good.
Is that Boston?
Or whatever, yes. Okay, he wasn't even a starter. He was a nobody until last year, and he was a stud at the end. But we're getting away from the point. Miles Sanders, RB1 in Philly. Let's go.
You'd hope so, but they'll probably just pick up 2 more and run a 4 running back system as
Harry,
usual.
It's Philadelphia. They don't run a 1 running back backfield.
They have 2.
Yeah, and they're probably going to get at least another one.
We'll see.
We have, all signs point to that happening just from them being them. But Gerald McCoy to the Cowboys, that's a huge pickup for them on the D-line. He's a beast. The Cowboys have lost some stuff off their defense, but that is a big run stopper.
The Cowboys are destined for cap trouble.
The
Cowboys, you can't give Amari $100 million. What's Zeke on right now? What's his deal?
Fair, a lot. But to be fair, they dumped a lot of their defense in the last few days just by releasing guys or just trading away. I have been grilling Charlie, my roommate, who is a big Cowboys fan, about how they just sold their entire defense to make their 2 most recent signings. So
okay, so Zeke's
6-year, $90 million.
It says 8-year, 103 here, but who knows? That might be a lie. Maybe it was that was with the extension. But yeah, so he's making a lot. His base salary this year is $752,000. Last year was $752,000 with a $7.5 million signing bonus. So he just got $7.5 million right off the top. So that's pretty sick. Are they going to pay Dak? This got to be the prove it year for Dak, right?
I don't think they do.
They offered Dak, and what was it, 30 or something? And then he turned it down, so I was even more happy because I was like, no way. This just means Tom Brady to there even more, but no, of course not.
Yeah, $30 million per year contract extension. He declined because he says he wants something more in the range of 40, and I think that's laughable.
Yeah.
All right, getting near the end. Raiders getting Eli Apple and Marcus Mariota. I think Eli Apple revived his career in New Orleans.
Such garbage, man.
And he's only 24 years. I thought he played great in New Orleans. He was terrible before, but like I thought he played fine in New Orleans.
He was terrible on the Giants. Completely.
And he's only 24 years old still. Like I think that's a pretty decent pickup for the Raiders. Mariota's like you know, like I don't know.
Yeah. Mariota throwing the ball to Hunter Renfrow, sick.
Yeah,
that smells like playoffs.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is going to touch the ball a bunch.
I hate to be redundant here, but so Derek Carr plays a few games, gets some stock up. The Raiders then, once Carr's stock is a little bit up because he's had a couple good weeks, the Raiders then trade Derek Carr to whoever needs a quarterback, and lots of teams do. Mariota comes in to back him up, or to be the new starter for the rest of the first season, and they get Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
See, like, that's reasonable, though. Like, that's actually a reasonable one that the Raiders could get Trevor Lawrence, because they're not good.
Yeah.
They don't even have to trade anyone to be not good.
Yeah.
No, see,
but also it's flawed because
the Raiders won't do that. I was just joking.
It's flawed because
let's all take a breath.
The time to trade a quarterback is right now.
Yeah.
Not in week 5, because there's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks right now.
Yeah, no team is actively shopping. Well, not no team, but less teams are actively shopping for a quarterback once the season starts. Like, everyone wants their solidified starter at the start of the season.
I also we missed this, and I forgot to actually bring it up with Phillip Rivers leaving the Chargers. Chargers are giving the starting job to Tyrod, which I'm huge fan.
Yeah,
I'm a
I
big
love Tyrod
fan. Yeah, so good to see Tyrod get the reins. I'm stoked about that.
Agreed 100%. All right, getting down to the end of the list here. Malcolm Jenkins to the Saints. That's a big move.
Yeah, that's a huge. Saints are going to load up. They are going to have a good team this year.
The Saints are going to absolutely run away with the division again, and there's no doubt in my mind. Cam Newton has been told he's allowed to pursue trade opportunities since the Panthers brought in Teddy Bridgewater. There was like some big thing about it. Newton made some big post being like, I didn't want this. You guys forced me to do this kind of thing. And it's like, well, dude, like, you didn't play a full season because of an ankle injury. Like, we got to move on. If you miss a full year due to an ankle, like, what are the chances that ever gets back to 100%?
Yeah, for sure.
As a running mobile quarterback, like, he has to be mobile to be effective.
Yeah, he's not a pocket passer.
So, I don't know, like, I think they made the right choice. Like, is Teddy Bridgewater the future? Nah.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think Cam is. And, I mean, it's crazy to see, like, remember the Super Bowl year? Like, he was so dominant. It was insane how good Cam was, running, passing, everything. Like, the guy was a beast. And just to see the fall from grace it's sad, honestly. Like,
they figured him out.
But he also got injured because he was played that way, right? Like,
yeah.
Chris Harris Jr. to the Chargers today. That came just before we started recording. That's a big pickup in the defensive backfield for the Chargers, but like, I don't know. The Chargers...
Yeah, I don't know. Chargers are going to be middle of the pack. They'll probably miss playoffs.
Yeah, they'll be okay. Eckler's going to be the primary ball carrier there. Good for his value. And Vic Beasley Jr. to the Titans. He was an early round pick for the Falcons. I can't remember what round he was in. He was all hyped up to be the next big pass rusher and didn't do anything about it. He wasn't very good, and they let him go, and the Falcons picked up Fowler instead, so I'm okay with that as a Falcons fan.
Vic Beasley's fast, though.
He is, but he's just, I don't know, he just hasn't been effective. Maybe paired up with someone else, like...
I think he
hasn't been the primary guy with the Falcons.
He had a tough stint. If you get brought in to be the Falcons' primary guy within the last 3 years, you're in for a tough go, because
that's the thing. But sucks. I don't think he's going to be a primary guy anywhere.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a great addition somewhere to a team. You know, like, he can't take the whole thing over.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
I think that's the moves for day one.
Yeah,
boys.
Well, day 2 technically.
Yeah. Well, yesterday was you couldn't sign till Wednesday.
Right.
But yeah, the courting period, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Still free agents. Let's quickly run through the list here. Jadeveon Clowney, probably the top of the list. He's an impact guy. Sometimes he disappears for a couple games, but in the big games, he's a huge impact player that seems to make the big play when needed.
Here's a hot take. He's not signed by week 1.
You think no one's gonna sign him?
Yep. I think he's asking too much money.
Oof.
Yeah, that's my hot take of the episode.
Jeez, I hope the Falcons pick him up then. Clowney and Fowler on the edges would be nice for that defense. Jameis Winston, where's he going to land, do you think?
He stays with the Bucs.
I don't think they've passed him over, I think.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know where he goes. I really don't. And there's reports coming out now that no one is going to sign him to be their starting quarterback. Like, he's going to have to come in as a backup on a team with, like, a so-so quarterback and win a job now.
He could go to Jacksonville.
Could go to Jacksonville.
I think he needs to learn, though. I think he needs to learn behind a veteran, and that's why I could see him staying with the Bucs. They re-sign him.
I agree. Why wouldn't he do that? Agreed. He needs to do that.
Well, it's an ego
But he wants starter money.
Yeah.
But he's delusional. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, sign a 1 year.
Exactly.
Learn.
Or 2 years even. Like,
yeah.
It's a steady source of income. Like, he's lived his life off ego probably, but like put your ego aside for 2 seconds.
Yeah, the Chargers have already said they're not bringing in like a veteran quarterback or anything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other places that he could go, and I don't see anywhere that he's going to go to be a starter.
Not that's going to pay him that much money.
No. And like with the Raiders picking up Mariota, that could have been a landing spot for him, I guess.
Yep.
Thank goodness. I'd take Mariota over Jameis. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Jameis threw for the most yards in the league last year, and the most touchdowns, and the most interceptions, and the second most touchdowns. So,
and Mariota got benched by Tannehill. And because he sucked.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Do you think the Bucs are Do you think the Bucs are the number 1 spot for Melvin?
Oh, it's got to be. It depends how much money, though. Like, I mean, it all depends how much money he's asking for.
That's number 3 on my list. Von Bell's a big one still to be picked up. I think any team that gets him will be a better team for it.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie Anderson, like the receiver, I don't know. A lot of teams need receivers, but the market isn't that good. No. Like,
I feel like he seems like a Raiders receiver. Similar to Crabtree when they signed him, like I could just see them getting him.
So here's some receivers: Aguilar, Geronimo Allison, Robbie Anderson, Travis Benjamin, Philip Dorsett, Funches, Josh Gordon, Emmanuel Sanders. I think Emmanuel Sanders is probably the best one in that bunch.
Yeah, we won't see.
He's the most takeable. Someone needs to take a chance on Gordon.
Period. We're not going to see a receiver taken until after the draft because the draft class this year is stacked.
It's insane. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
If the Raiders don't get one of the 2 stud draft picks, what are their names again?
It's either
Big Booty Judy.
Big Booty Judy, yeah, Jerry Judy out of Alabama, or CeeDee Lamb out of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Big Booty.
They're gonna get
Big Booty.
They're gonna get one of them, Harry. They're gonna get one of them.
Jerry Judy is. I think he's like CD's a freak, but like I like Judy as like a
man. Alabama receivers, you cannot go wrong.
Yeah, agreed. Desmond Trufant gets released by the Falcons. He had 7 years there, I believe. Former first-round pick. Just couldn't be the number 1 shutdown guy. I think he'll go somewhere and be, the secondary corner and be fine. Yeah. But he failed miserably. When they brought him in, it was like, I wanted his jersey because he wore 21. I never ended up getting it because he was never good. Devontae Freeman also gone from the Falcons. I'm sure he'll land somewhere in some sort of shared role.
If Melvin goes somewhere, I could see him going to the Bucs.
Devontae?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that as well.
I can see it, but I can see you guys thinking him going to the Eagles.
He could go to the Eagles.
He doesn't. He doesn't fit their. He doesn't fit their style. Also,
Greg Zuerlein.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to go.
Signed yet.
He's going to go.
Someone's signing Greg Zuerlein.
He probably wants a shit ton of money.
Kicker of the year, baby. Greg Zuerlein is the fantasy goat.
Yeah,
Greg the leg, dude. Goat. Greg the leg.
But he's probably asking for way too much money. I'm going to back up.
He's worth it.
Melvin Gordon to Buffalo.
You think him and Singletary?
I think that'd be pretty
Singletary's
gross.
a beast.
Yeah.
Frank the Tank is a free agent. I assume he just retires or waits till the regular season starts and someone gets hurt.
Yeah, someone will pick him up.
I mean, that's a disgusting one, too.
Yeah. Well, and then lastly, we do have Michael Bennett.
Yeah, and, like, he'll get picked up, too, I think, as just a vet. But, like, he's declining, obviously. But I think still playable.
Yep.
And that's basically our list. It's that's a lot of things to go over, boys.
Yeah.
I just have one final question for you. Who is going to be the Patriots quarterback to start week 1? Let's go with Harry. You go first.
Jacoby Brissett. Coming back from the Colts to the Belichick system that he was raised in, and he is the future of New England. Bill's been planning this for a year already and knew it was coming. It's going to be great.
All right, Eli?
I don't know. It's a tough one. Who's their backup right now?
It's Jarrett Stidham, who, for my money, I think will be the starter for week 1.
Okay. Hear me out.
All right. I'll let you think for a sec while I give you Jared Stidham's Tom Brady-like stats.
Okay.
133rd overall in the 4th round of last year's draft. He was at Auburn. He transferred from McLennan, community college. Didn't play football there, only went for one semester, and then transferred to Auburn. Started for the Tigers in 17-18, and then, taken in the 4th round in 2019. So he's 23, and, he was drafted by the Patriots, so he's probably going to win the MVP this year.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
With the 23rd pick in the first round of the 2020 draft, the Patriots select Jordan Love out of Utah State, and he starts day 1.
Oh, Eli, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I like all of our picks, and none of us said Cam Newton.
He's got great arm talent. And, I mean, you can put anyone into that Belichick system. Like, Belichick wants a system quarterback. I mean, especially with a rookie, they're not going to do amazing. But, I mean, I think Belichick's going to work with him. And it'll be a run in camp. I think the Patriots are going to have a pretty exciting quarterback training camp on who gets that starting job. Yeah,
and I could see them bringing in, like, some old vet, too. Like, just some dude that's clearly a backup, but, like, just to mentor the young bucks.
Yeah, who could be it? Bring in, like...
Fitz?
Oh, that'd be sick.
I think he's still with the Dolphins.
Yeah, they're going to draft quarterback. I think he's under contract, too, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I don't know, but it's interesting to think about. I don't see why they wouldn't. Who else is on their depth chart right now? Let's see. Cody Kessler's their other quarterback, I think, on the depth chart right now. This is a pretty old depth chart, though, so this might have changed. Let's go to Our Lads. OurLads.com is the place to go for all things depth chart, by the way, boys, if you ever need one. So, yeah, Jarrett Stidham and Cody Kessler are the only 2 quarterbacks on the roster right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they draft him.
That's fair, and I like that play. I mean, Cody Kessler is only 26 as well, so yeah, they got 2 young guys, draft another one, maybe bring an old guy in for camp to push these young bucks. Could be interesting, but that's basically all I have so far, or for today's episode. Just want to remind everyone that pulp does not belong in orange juice, or not, especially not extra pulp.
I have breaking news.
Oh, goodness. What do we got?
The Detroit Lions have signed Desmond Trufant.
Ooh.
Boom. 2-year, $21 million deal.
All right. Yeah, that's reasonable. Dez is he'll be all right. He's okay. He's just not the franchise guy that I was hoping he would be. But that is breaking news.
That is breaking news.
Is that everything we got?
Yeah, I mean, that seriously, I guess it is. I'm really excited for the draft, and I can't wait.
Me too. I can't wait for our episode.
Yeah, I'm pretty psyched on it. Super long episode. We usually do. I think this could be in the record books for longest episode.
I mean,
ever.
we had a month off, and a lot of stuff happened.
And we are on quarantine.
Exactly. I'm sure people will appreciate. This might be our most listened to episode because people are just like literally have run out of things to do.
Hopefully.
Yay us.
Go us, boys.
Okay. Well, as always, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you pre-draft.
All right, yeah, say no to pulp.
Always wash your hands.
I got you stuck off the realness. Think not the shit's too hot. Too hot. Too hot. Rock you in your face. Dab your brain with your nose bone. I'm a vampire walking on the surface of the sun.